MoMA PS1 is one of the largest art institutions in the United States dedicated solely to contemporary art. It is located in the Long Island City neighborhood in the borough of Queens, New York City. In addition to its exhibitions, the institution also organizes the International and National Project Series, the Warm-Up Summer Music Series, and the MoMA PS1 Young Architects program with the Museum of Modern Art. It also ran WPS1, an internet art radio station founded in 2004. MoMA PS1 has been affiliated with the Museum of Modern Art since January 2000. History. Beginnings. PS1 was founded in 1971 by Alana Hayes as the Institute for Art and Urban Resources Incorporated, an organization with the mission of turning abandoned, underutilized buildings in New York City into artist studios and exhibition spaces. Hayes, the center's former director, was born in 1943 in Louisville, Kentucky, and raised in a farming community in southern Illinois. The daughter of teachers, she graduated with a B.A. from Lawrence University in Appleton, Wisconsin, which she attended on a scholarship from the Lawrence Conservatory of Music. Recognizing that New York was the worldwide magnet for contemporary artists, and believing that traditional museums were not providing adequate exhibition opportunities for site-specific art, Hayes decided to establish a formal, alternative arts organization. She was working as a contemporary art organizer with various civic organizations when she formed what became a long-term friendship and working relationship with architecture theater critic Brendan Gill. In 1971, she and Gill founded the Institute for Art and Urban Resources, and began renovating many old abandoned buildings in New York City. That year, Hayes and Gill organized their first alternative exhibition, working with the artist Gordon Matter Clark in the unused spaces beneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Among the sites transformed by the Institute were 10 Bleecker Street, the Coney Island Sculpture Museum, and the Idea Warehouse in Tribeca. Later in 1973, the Clock Tower Gallery, located in a 13-story municipal Beaux Arts building at 108 Leonard Street, opened with its inaugural 3 shows, Joel Shapiro, Richard Tultle. The Clock Tower Gallery became a well-known alternative space, and its distinctive location in the sky near City Hall made it an icon of one-person shows. In 1976, Hayes exponentially increased the organization's exhibition and studio capacity by opening the Art Center in a deserted Romanesque Revival public school building. This building, dating from 1892, served as the first school in Long Island City until 1963, when the first ward school it housed was closed due to low attendance and the building was turned into a warehouse. In October 1997, PS1 Contemporary Art Center reopened to the public after a 3-year, $8.5 million renovation project designed by Los Angeles-based architect Frederick Fisher, who had been working closely with Hayes and supervised by the New York architect David W. Prendergast. The building's facilities were increased from 84,000 to 125,000 square feet in order to include a large outdoor gallery, a dramatic entryway, and a 2-story project space. In 2008, Hayes left MoMA PS1 and founded Art International Radio, which is unaffiliated with MoMA PS1 but houses programs that originally aired on the now-defunct WPS1. AIR produces its own arts-oriented material. Affiliation with the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA PS1 and the Museum of Modern Art formalized their affiliation in January 2000. New York City, which owns the PS1 building, endorsed the merger. The principal objective of MoMA's partnership with MoMA PS1 is to promote the enjoyment, appreciation, study, and understanding of contemporary art to a wide and growing audience. Collaborative programs of exhibitions, educational activities, and special projects allow both institutions to draw on their respective strengths and resources and to continue shaping a cultural discourse. The first significant collaboration between MoMA PS1 and the Museum of Modern Art took place in 2000 with Greater New York, an exhibition showcasing the work of more than 140 emerging New York area artists. This ambitious effort was successfully repeated 5 years later with Greater New York, 2005. Both shows demonstrated the diversity and dynamism of the metropolitan area's artistic community. The two institutions also integrated their development, education, marketing, financial planning and membership departments. To mark the 10th anniversary of the merger between the former PS1 Contemporary Art Center and MoMA, the museum changed its name to simply MoMA PS1 in 2010. Community engagement: in 2012, Beisenbach turned MoMA PS1 into a temporary day shelter for displaced residents after Hurricane Sandy. Artist and exhibition programs. From its inception, MoMA PS1 has championed the innovative and the experimental. The premiere exhibition, Rooms, held in June 1976, featured the works of 78 artists, some of whom created site-specific installations in the former classrooms. For Rooms, the sculptor Alan Sarrett cut a tiny hole in one wall, creating an almost heavenly aureole of light at one end of the third-floor hallway. Exhibitions in the 1970s included a feminist collaboration called the Sister Chapel. The museum has featured the works of the artists Janet Cardiff, David Hammonds, Hilma af Klint, Donald Lipsky, John McCracken, Dennis Oppenheim, Michelangelo Pistoletto, Alan Sarrett, Katharina Sieverding, Keith Sunier, Michael Tracy, Franz West, and Peter Young. A focus has been on outsider artists such as Henry Dadger, who was included in a Euro-OE Disasters of War, Francisco de Goya, Henry Dadger, Jake and Dino's Capmany Euro. A Euro-OE Greater New Yorker Euro, a survey of little-known and emerging artists working in New York City, was established in 2000 and is mounted every 5 years. Many exhibitions organized by MoMA PS1 travel to museums in the United States and abroad, and some are collaborations with its affiliate Kunstwerke Institute for Contemporary Art in Berlin. Within MoMA PS1's exhibition seasons, a minimum of 8 spaces have been reserved for international and national project artists. This initiative, modeled after the inaugural MoMA PS1 Rooms exhibition in 1976, has been regarded as the premier exhibition opportunity in New York City for young and mid-career artists. These solo exhibitions are selected by the MoMA PS1 curatorial staff. Artists are provided with a space to design their exhibition and assistance with the installation. Artists who have participated in international and national projects include Berard Boslet, Joe Bradley, Mike Cloud, Kieralyn Harris, Drew Hoetzler, Kalop Lindsay, Curtis Mitchell, Lissy Raskin, Sue Mary Tse, James Pinotto, and Thierry Geoffroy. In 2008, MoMA PS1 exhibited Minus Space, a survey of 54 artists from 14 countries affiliated with Minus Space curatorial project located in Brooklyn, New York. It has also been the place where new ways for architecture to engage with audiences have been experimented. In 2012 PS1 presented IKEA Disobedience, a work by Andra copyright S. Jake, that connected PS1 with the networks in which domesticity was being produced in Queens and Long Island City. Young Architects Program. The Young Architects Program is an annual competition hosted by MoMA PS1 and the Museum of Modern Art that invites young architects to submit design proposals for MoMA PS1's courtyard. The winning entry is converted from concept to construction and becomes the architectural setting for MoMA PS1's Summer Warm-Up Music Series. The winners of the 2013 YAP was Coda with Party Wall, an installation made of skateboard off-cut benches which makes shaded space by the shadow it casts, that spells wall on the ground. www.codapartywall.com, 2006 YAP installation, OBRA Architects. The 2006 winners of the Young Architects Program design Beat Fuse, an installation that featured interconnected shells made of plywood and polypropylene mesh. The project also included wooden tidal pools, water misters, and light strainers that create constantly changing shapes. 3 outdoor spaces, a coldarium, a tepidarium, and a frigidarium, offered 3 climatic zones based on the divisions of a traditional Roman bath. The installation was on view through October 2006. Past YAP winners: 2014, HYFE by The Living, www.thelivingnewyork.com, 2013, Party Wall by Coda www.coda.co, 2012. Wendy by HWKN www.hwkn.com, 2011. Holding Pattern by Interborough Partners and Hitami by Start www.interborough-partners.net, 2010. Pole Dance by Solid Objectives, Eidenberg Liu, 2009. After Party by MOS, 2008. Public Farm 1 by Work AC, 2007. Liquid Sky by Ball Nog Studio www.ball-nogs.com, 2006. Beat Fuse by OBRA Architects, 2005. Sur by Schifratage, 2004. Canopy by N Architects, 2003. Lightwing by Emergent, 2002. Playa Urbana/Urban Beach by William E. Massey, 2001. Summer Oasis by Roy, 2000. Dune Escape by Shop Architects, 1999. DJ Pavilion by Philip Johnson, 1998. Untitled by Gelatin. Warm Up. Warm Up is MoMA PS1's music series summer event. The series is housed within the architectural installation created by the winner of the annual MoMA PS1 and MoMA organized Young Architects program. Together, the music, architecture and exhibition program provide a unique multi-sensory experience for music fans, artists, and families alike. Warm Up was conceived in 1997 as a summer-long dance party to attract crowds to MoMA PS1 in Long Island City, Queens. The series runs every Saturday from July through early September and draws thousands of local and international visitors each day. Highlights from the series include a stellar group of international DJs and live music ensembles: DJ Harvey, Groove Collective, Africa Bambaataa, Mad Professor, Richie Houghton, Frina Section Wake, Fisher Spooner, Kid Koala, Arto Lindsay, Scissor Sisters, Luke Vibert, and many more. WPS1. WPS1 was the internet radio station of MoMA PS1, founded by Alana Hayes in 2004. In 2009, when Hayes left PS1 to become full-time director of the Clock Tower Gallery, WPS1 became Art International Radio. In 2013, the online radio station was renamed Clock Tower Radio, a division of Hayes's Clock Tower Productions project. The radio station provided a free 24-hour stream and an on-demand archive of cultural programming. It operated out of the historic Clock Tower Gallery building in Lower Manhattan, New York City, where a network of interlinked studios stream live and pre-recorded talk, performances and historic recordings to a worldwide audience. The radio station airs interviews with contemporary artists, poets, writers, choreographers, musicians, art dealers, critics and other cultural innovators related to the current scene. 2009/2010 interviewees include abstract painter Ronnie Lanfield, performance artist Carolee Schneeman, founder of the Bowery Poetry Club poet Bob Holman, choreographer Martha Clark, authors and art critics Jed Pearl and Dora Ashton among others. Launched in April 2004, WPS1's web tracking statistics showed that listeners from over 50 countries tuned into nearly 1,000 programs each day over the first year of operation. Visitors select from a traditional radio program format or choose from an on-demand archive of over 1,000 hours of material. WPS1 featured talk radio-style discussions and interviews with artists, authors, musicians, actors, filmmakers, critics, curators, poets, educators, journalists, media experts, and other cultural leaders, innovators, and challengers. The station also carried a unique and important collection of music assembled by a team of music curators. This material ranged from live recordings of the MoMA PS1 Summer Warm-Up series, to rare and thoughtful surveys such as the Robert Moog Memorial Hour, and the Gulf Coast Music Special assembled from rare vinyl recordings. WPS1 broadcast historic recordings from university and private collections, and from the audio archives of the Museum of Modern Art. Presented live remote programs from festivals including the Armory Show, Art Basel Miami Beach, and the Venice Biennale. And frequently features panel discussions hosted by different New York cultural institutions. This material is now available on the Art International Radio website. Long-term installations. Although MoMA PS1 does not have a permanent collection, it does house several long-term installations. Richard Archiger, Blips, 1976. Location. Throughout MoMA PS1, Richard Archiger, Exedonia Euro Unregistered Trademark T Fight City Hall, 1976. Location. First floor, hallway, 5 red exit bulbs, Keith Sunyer, Tunnel of Tears, 1997. Location. Chimney in the foyer of the lobby, Lawrence Weiner, A Bit of Matter and a Little Bit More, 1976. Location. Front door, stenciled on glass, Pipolotti Wrist, Selbstlis im Loverbad, 1994. Location. Lobby, single-channel video installation, William Kentridge, Stair Procession, 2000. Location. Staircase Ernesto Caivano, In the Woods. 2004. Location. Staircase A. James Terrell, Meeting, 1986. Location. Third floor, Hendrika Sonnenberg and Chris Hansen, Baudelaire, 1994. Location. Stairs into Building, Alan Sarrett, Brickwall and Son, 1976. Location. Third floor, eastern end of the North Wing, Jennifer Cho, Haystacks, 2000. Location. Basement floor, Sol LeWitt, Crayola Square, 1999. Location. Basement floor, Matt Mullican, Untitled, 1997. Location. Steel and set in basement floor, Management, Board of Trustees, under Chairwoman Agnes Gund. The MoMA PS1's Board of Directors includes the artists Laurie Anderson and Paul Chan, art historian Diana Widmeyer Picasso, fashion designer Adam Kamel, and art collectors Richard Chang, Peter Norton, and Julia Stoschk. Finances. Exhibitions at MoMA PS1 are made possible by the annual exhibition fund, which draws donations from the trustees. As owner of the PS1 building, New York City paid 85% of its renovation costs in 1997, with the rest coming from private donors. The city also contributes 1/3 to 1/2 of PS1's total annual operating budget of $1.5 million to $2 million. Attendance. MoMA PS1 attracts about 150,000 visitors a year. References. External links. Official website, Gulf News article on PS1, Art International Radio, from which WPS1 programs can be streamed, the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA PS1 on MySpace, WPS1 at Venice Biennale 2007. Interview with Thierry Geoffroy, PS1 MoMA on ABC News: Emergency Room, PS1 on Hub 01.